afternoon, Sheridan. I'm Lucas Metz.
And I'm Molly Brown. Coming up, we have the latest on 2 Brampton teens charged with assault after a video of the vicious attack surfaced online. Updates from the second day of the Mike Duffy trial and how Sheridan students are coping with exams.
But first, jurors in the trial of Boston Marathon bomber Johar Tsarnaev have reached a guilty verdict. Tsarnaev has been convicted on a myriad of charges, including conspiring to construct a bomb and the malicious destruction of property with an explosive. He's also responsible for the deaths of 4 people. Tsarnaev conspired with his now dead brother Tamerlan to bomb the 2013 Boston Marathon. Johar maintains that while he participated in the act, his brother was the mastermind in the attack. The jury must decide if the former college student should be executed.
The family of Walter Lamer Scott said they are filing a civil suit for the damages related to the wrongful death after he was gunned down by a South Carolina police officer on Saturday. We warn you that some of what you're about to see is disturbing.
I almost couldn't look at it. To see my son running defenselessly, being shot, it just tore my heart to pieces.
Protesters gathered outside North Charleston City Hall this morning demonstrating their disgust. A video filmed by an anonymous bystander appears to show North Charleston patrolman Michael Thomas Slager firing 8 shots into the back of a fleeing Scott. Because of it, Slager is now facing murder charges. Slager's former attorney David Ayler says that his client felt threatened because Scott stole his stun gun. However, the video depicts Slager dropping an unknown object while firing at Scott. Ayler has since dropped Slager as his client. Authorities say Scott was unarmed when he was shot.
Toronto police have arrested a 29-year-old woman after she allegedly evaded officers, leading them into a high-speed pursuit. After the vehicle refused to stop for police the first time, the chase continued for a short time before police called off the chase. The driver was arrested after OPP spotted the car on the Gardiner Expressway. Peel Regional Police have incarcerated an 18-year-old Brampton man and a 16-year-old youth for assault after attacking a teenage girl Tuesday afternoon. A 20-second video, which began circulating on Twitter, shows a female being picked up and slammed to the ground by a male. Just a warning to viewers that the images are graphic.
My head really hurts. Yeah. I have a concussion, the hospital said.
The victim, identified by police as a 15-year-old girl, was initially found unresponsive at the scene. She was transported to the hospital after regaining consciousness. Police say a number of people who witnessed the incident are cooperating with the investigation. Joshua Gordon of Brampton is currently in custody. He has not been formally charged.
The 15-year-old son of a Canadian diplomat will face grand jury in Florida to decide if he will be tried as an adult. Mark Wabafiabazu was involved in an alleged drug deal gone wrong, which resulted in his 17-year-old brother Jean and another teenager, Joshua Wright, also 17, being killed. The judge is expected to make a ruling by the end of the month.
A Canada-wide arrest warrant has been issued for a convicted burglar who allegedly violated the terms of his parole. Ontario Provincial Police say 41-year-old Richard Rack is currently serving a 5-year and 2-month sentence for robbery with violence and criminal harassment. Rack is described as white, 6'2", and approximately 225 pounds. He is known to frequent the Barrie and Peel region area.
Day 2 of suspended Senator Mike Duffy's trial saw a testimony from former Senate law clerk Mark Ottescent. The testimony looked at factors determining where Duffy officially resides. These factors include where government services were received, where they paid their taxes, and where they spent most of their time. Prime Minister Stephen Harper and his former Chief of Staff Nigel Wright are expected to testify during this trial. Duffy is also expected to take the witness stand at some point, although it is unknown when that is.
A man has been arrested for selling fake insurance to Torontonians. 56-year-old Min Koi Ya is charged with fraud after posing as a lawyer selling cheap car insurance back in November. Police believe there may be more victims and are encouraging people to come forward. He's scheduled to appear in court later this month. And it's officially exam time. And thanks to the 2nd annual Sheridan Exam Jam, finals may be a little bit less stressful. Our reporter Gabby Mendoza is there. So Gabby, what can you tell us about the Exam Jam?
Noticed some commotion happening near the library today? Well, that's because the first-year libraries team is hosting their 2nd Exam Jam, where students can come in and relax.
The Exam Jam is basically meant to combine fun, stress-relieving activities with actual studying.
The Exam Jam provides academic support for students, like exam prep sessions, study skills, how to write long and short answer exams, and more.
So we want to be able to kind of remind students that while it's a serious time, there are lots of supports on campus to help you.
But it's not just studying. Students will also have the opportunity to have some fun and de-stress with various activities.
So later we're going to have some games. So we have some video games set up, some board games.
In the library jungle back there, we're going to have therapy dogs coming in.
I was actually really super stressed about the oncoming exams and everything, and then I saw the dogs, and I didn't know if we were allowed to come see them or not, but then when I did, and I came and got to pet them, I felt so relieved.
There's guided meditation in the jungle, so we're having a student actually come in and I will be front and center. And then from 11:30 till 12, we're having one of our staff do a tea ceremony. So there'll be, a chance to kind of see what that's like and a chance to sample some tea. I just really encourage people to come out. I hope that we do touch a lot of students, and just love to see this grow.
It's now winding down, but don't worry if you missed it. The first year library team is planning on having an exam jam near the end of every fall and winter semester, so you can always come then. Reporting live from the library at Sheridan, I'm Gabby Mendoza. Now back to the studio.
Thanks, Gabby. A 60-year-old teacher has been charged in an assault case from 2 decades ago. Durham Regional Police said a man claimed involvement in a sexual relationship with Heather Earle when the man was 15 years old back in 1996. Earle has been charged with sexual assault and sexual exploitation.
The Toronto District School Board is making $7 million in cuts from its budget. This adds to the $16.5 million in cuts the board made to balance the budget. Roughly 260 jobs were eliminated by the school board, including about 50 positions in special education. Toronto District isn't the only GTA school board facing a tough situation. The Peel, Halton, and Durham District school boards await a possible high school teachers' strike that may start by the end of April. According to the president of the Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation, Halton has received a no board report, thus a deal must be achieved within 17 days or the teachers' union is legally in position to strike.
And today is the International Day of Pink, and Ontario Premier Kathleen Wynne noted the day with a visit to a Toronto area high school.
I want a world where people can be who they are and be loved for themselves in all their beauty, no matter their sexual orientation, no matter their gender, no matter who they are.
Wynne accepted an invitation from the school to attend the celebrations. She spoke about her time in high school dealing with her own sexual orientation. She also noted the importance of people embracing their diversity and taking a stand against discrimination. An estimated 10 million people are expected to participate in International Pink Day worldwide. So now let's take a look at what's happening later in the show. Jared, what are you working on?
Thanks, Lucas. We have a jam-packed sports report today as NHL playoff spots are being locked down. Sim Ballard became the first NBA player of Indian descent last night, and we check out the happenings on the NBA Pollock scanner. All that and more at 3:30. Back to you, Lucas.
Bruce Jenner will reveal all in a 2-hour sit-down with Diane Sawyer. Marvel Daredevil's first season will be released this Friday on Netflix, and all the Billboard nomination coming up on entertainment. Now let's go outside to Nathan for an early weather update.
Thanks, Gabby. Thanks to Danielle, actually. And the freezing rain warning has been lifted, luckily. But stay tuned for later on the show because we're expecting a lot more sunny skies. Well, a lot more cloud cover later on the show. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Nathan. After the break, we'll find out why 8 farms in southwestern Ontario are under quarantine.
And instead of our regular commercial break, we talk to the members of On Sheridan team about what they'll miss most about Sheridan. We'll be right back.
I'm going to miss about the program. I'm going to miss everybody, just everybody coming together, working together. I mean, I didn't know anybody at the beginning of this program, and I feel like I've come to know everybody. I feel like we've all bonded together.
You know, we've been through such stressful times for the past 2 years with assignments, homework, just all the group work we've had to go through. I'm going to miss just seeing everyone's face on a daily basis.
The thing about this program is it's a very small amount of people. There's about like 30 people in 2 sections together, and that kind of builds a community. Like, these people are like family to you now. You see them every day, and yeah, gonna miss the people, not gonna miss the work. I hate news, but you know.
I'm gonna miss the family atmosphere that we have here, and it's gonna be sad when we all branch off into our careers and we don't stay in touch as much as we did now.
First and foremost, I'm gonna miss coming in every day and seeing the same people, the same friends, you know, learning from the wonderful instructors that we have here. I'm gonna miss that. And
I'm gonna miss doing our radio shows 2 times a month. Those were super fun.
I think most of all, I'm gonna miss getting to work with everybody on a regular basis. It was really interesting over the past couple of years seeing people kind of come into their own, especially with the reporters and a lot of the writing staff.
I'm gonna miss mostly is the camaraderie, the friendship you got here, because as the old guy in the program, you guys made me laugh so much. So like Umar's jokes, your laugh, Molly laughing at me for things that are just so random, those kind of things, because you guys are really cool about it. So that's what I'm gonna miss most about it.
So I'm probably gonna miss just seeing everybody every day, coming into the classroom and just having a little family unit that you can come to and just feel welcome. And
what I'm gonna miss about the broadcast journalism program at Sheridan is everyone who's in the program. Like everyone who is in this program makes this program.
Welcome back. Exams are right around the corner, but what are you doing to keep the stress level down? Well, it could be a lot easier than you think. Our reporter Ryan Rossell looks into how random acts of kindness can keep you sane.
In A Science of a Meaningful Life, Dr. Keltner reports giving to others activates reward centers in our brain, which increases happiness. Let's see if Sheridan students are staying happy by random acts of kindness.
A few minutes ago, I just opened a door for this lady. It was very heroic of me.
I just randomly helped someone carry their grocery.
It was the other day when I was walking. I dropped something out of my purse and someone picked it up and handed it to me and gave it back to me.
Made me feel good inside.
It feels so good. I like helping people and just doing something nice for them.
Good. It was nice to do something for someone.
I spoke with David Garvey, who just so happened to be voted the happiest man in Canada back in 2006. He told me the importance of seizing the day, every day.
None of us have a guarantee of tomorrow, but you have today. What are you going to do with it? And most of us get caught up in so many things in the course of the day that these opportunities come across your path to perhaps pour into somebody else and encourage them, and you miss them. Yeah. You don't even see them because you're so focused on something else. So you've got to be watching for it. You've got to get up and choose to be happy when you get up.
So there you have it, Sheridan. The choice is yours. You can either choose to wake up and be happy or not so much. But just know, a simple gesture like a compliment or holding the door for someone can go a long way in making their day. For On Sheridan, I'm Ryan Rossell.
Thanks, Ryan. The union representing air traffic control in France has called a 2-day strike due to working conditions. The strike happens today and tomorrow. The Civil Aviation Authority asked airlines to cut their scheduled flights by 40% in response to the strike. Low-cost airline Ryanair called the unwarranted strike grossly unfair to its thousands of European travelers. Travelers booked on shorter Air France flights during the strike have been given the option to travel between the 10th and 15th instead. Further strikes are planned later this month and early into May.
Security officials in Iraq have reported that over 200 elders and children have been released after 8 months in captivity. A commander in the northern city of Kirkuk says most of the 216 prisoners freed showed signs of abuse and neglect. Among the many released, 40 children were transferred to another location for proper treatment and care. So far, there is no known reason for the release of the captives.
Numerous U.S. officials say the Russian hackers behind the cyber breach in the U.S. State Department also recovered sensitive White House information. While the White House admits the breach only affected unclassified information, U.S. officials say it is still highly sensitive and prized by foreign spies. Since October, the system has been shut down periodically to allow for security upgrades. This is considered one of the most sophisticated attacks ever launched against a U.S. government system.
Prosecutors are seeking the maximum sentence for a woman convicted of killing her 5-year-old son by poisoning him with salt. 27-year-old Lacey Spears was found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Garnett Paul Spears by force-feeding heavy concentrations of sodium through the boy's stomach tube. She could be facing the possibility of life in prison. Cardinal Jean-Claude Turquette, former Archbishop of Montreal, has passed away at the age of 78 after a lengthy battle with diabetes. He spent 22 years as Archbishop and helped select the successors of 2 popes. He retired in 2012 due to his ailing health and was hospitalized in mid-September. Montreal Mayor Denis Cordeau tweeted that the Catholic Church lost an exceptional man. A Mass in Turcotte's honor will be held later this afternoon at Mary Queen of the World's Cathedral.
And coming up after the break, we'll have your full sports and entertainment reports.
And we'll head outside for a weather update. We'll be right back.
This program is all the people, the teachers of course, and just kind of having like a routine and doing something every day. But most importantly, I'm going to miss the family atmosphere. I feel like everyone's a big family, and I'm just going to be sad to see that go. Everything.
Things I'll miss about the broadcast journalism program at Sheridan will be the people that I've worked with, the instructors that have helped me along the way, and just having a good time.
Well, I'm going to miss, honestly, I love the news days because even though they're super stressful, everybody really comes together and we have a good time. And
I'm definitely going to miss co-hosting with Lucas. I'm not going to miss the long lineups at Tim Hortons.
I'm definitely going to miss a lot of the people here. Everyone's been amazing and we've all become really close, even though at points we wanted to kill each other.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to miss like coming in and just feeling safe and happy to see everybody.
Welcome back to On Sheridan.
Jared, with the Leafs out of the playoffs now, it seems the only hope for Ontario hockey is the Sens.
Well, Lucas, it's gut check time in the nation's capital with the Penguins taking on the Senators. Playoff implications were on the line, but just 10 seconds in, and Sidney Crosby takes the pass and fires a shot past the Hamburglar, 1-0 Pens. The net empty Mike Hoffman gets the puck off the draw, beats a screened Marc-Andre Fleury, tie game. Needing a hero in overtime, Kyle Turris feeds Mark Stone, takes it off the skate and buries it 4-3 final for the Senators. St. Louis, the Jets were in town trying to maintain their hold on the last playoff spot in the West. Andrei Pavlik put on another clinic, stopping 30 shots for his second straight shutout. Jets win 1-0. Johnny Gaudreau scored his 23rd of the season to propel the Flames to a 3-2 win over the Coyotes. And a day off for King Henrik didn't matter as Cam Talbot stopped 19 of 21 shots for the 4-2 Rangers win. It's not very often that a 16-second appearance at the end of a game will attract much media attention, but Sim Boular's NBA debut was a milestone. The 22-year-old Brampton native became the first player of Indian descent to play in the NBA. Boular came on close out the game in Sacramento as his Kings beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 116 to 111. Boular becomes the 14th Canadian to play in the league this season. R.A. Dickey takes the mound as the Jays and Yankees resumed their season-opening series tonight in New York. Jays are coming off a 6-1 hammering of the Bronx Bombers on opening day. Jays will be out to give Dickey some much-needed run support and give them an early jump on the rest of the AL East. First pitch is scheduled for 7:05. All those years my parents told me to get off the couch and stop playing video games, it turns out esports is competitive video gaming where big money and scholarships are on the table. I had the chance to meet some gamers and talk to them about their love of the games. Video games have gone from this to this. Let's go! Now esports are ready to take them to a whole new level.
It's becoming a way of life for a lot of people now. People jokingly talk about how they'd rather watch someone play the video game than buy it and play it themselves, but that's actually happening.
While making a living at esports is the dream for a lot of people, the commitment that it requires can be overwhelming for some.
It's not a 9 to 5. It's all day, every day, and you have to put up content, or else your fans, the people that watch your videos, they're gonna get angry at you, and you can't really change that.
Like many sports, sponsorship plays a big role. But these players don't do it for the money.
I specifically like games that just kind of really full out test myself towards others. I guess just kind of like the mind games, the part where I get better than the other person.
While esports continue to rise in popularity, the message to gamers is the same. Video games are for everybody, no matter what type of person you are.
I believe a lot of people play games on their spare time, no matter what kind of person they tend to be. We want everybody to be included, and as long as our community grows, everybody benefits.
The hunt for the fabled green jacket gets underway tomorrow in Augusta, Georgia, as the Masters get underway. Despite not playing for 2 months, all eyes are going to be on Tiger Woods' return to competitive golf. Before everyone gets down to business, though, the fan favorite par 3 competition tees off this afternoon. The Montreal Impact have accomplished something no other Canadian club has ever managed before. They've made it to the final of the CONCACAF Champions League. Despite trailing 4-1 in the second half of the match against Costa Rican side Alajuelense, sub Andres Romero scored in the 72nd minute to make it 4-4 on aggregate, enough to advance on the away goals rule. TFC announced a glamour friendly this afternoon. On May 27th, they play host to English champs Manchester City, who will have just finished their current season on the 24th of May. That's all for sports today. What are you up to on Friday, Danielle? Hopefully it involves a certain Netflix exclusive.
Thanks, Jared. Russell Peters' next show might have a new target to roast. The outspoken stand-up comedian claims that Daily Show host Trevor Noah has been stealing his material. When asked by Channel News Asia if it was possible, Noah borrowed the lines. Peters responded that you don't borrow in this business. Noah has yet to comment on Peters' claims. The Trailer Park Boys posted a video urging fans to write to Nova Scotia's financial minister after rumours surfaced about there being a reduction to the Nova Scotian film and television tax credit. The video has over 500,000 views on Facebook and was shared by Snoop Dogg and Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose. Many fear that Thursday's provincial budget announcement will be the end for entertainment professionals in Nova Scotia. Paparazzi photographer Daniel Ramos filed a dismissal of the civil lawsuit against Kanye back in July of 2013. The star reportedly tried to wrestle a camera out of the photographer's hand at the LA International Airport. The lawsuit was settled today, and the two even managed to shake hands after an apology was made by Mr. West himself. International singer Selena's estate is suing her record label UMG Recordings for digital royalties. The estate claimed her record label violated agreements and sold the Latin pop star's music without sharing half the revenue. A lawsuit was filed in New York on March 31st on the 20th anniversary of the singer's death. BMI has announced that Pink will be honoured with the President's Award next month at the 63rd Annual BMI Pop Awards. The singer will be awarded for her songwriting skills and her impact on pop culture and the entertainment industry. The award has been given to Taylor Swift, Adam Levine and Pitbull in the past. Any Daredevil comic fans out there? Well, the highly anticipated 13-episode adaptation is set to premiere on Netflix this Friday. The comic was first brought to life when it hit theaters back in 2003, with Ben Affleck playing the lead. Netflix plans on adding 3 more spin-off shows based on the Marvel characters Jessica Jones, Luke Cage and Iron Fist. ABC confirmed that Diane Sawyer will conduct a 2-hour interview with Bruce Jenner where he's set to say goodbye to his male persona. The Keeping Up with the Kardashians star is expected to address reports that he is undergoing a gender transformation and how his choice to transition has affected his famous family. The tell-all episode will air on Friday, April 24th. It's open house at Sheridan this weekend, and Andre Rooms has all the details.
With all the talent at Sheridan, it's almost impossible not to notice. Walk around the halls, and it's easy to see why this is referred to as the creative campus.
A lot were dropped.
All of the faculties will be represented at the event Saturday, and they're encouraged to make a decision before the May 1st OCAS deadline to accept their offer. So it's sort of a recruitment event that we think is important to participate in.
The event happens on April 11th, and it will give those hoping to come to Sheridan an opportunity to see exactly what they'll be doing.
We have a lot to offer in all 3 of our campuses. So students and their parents and friends, relatives can come and see what we do here. We do have a very good reputation in the college system with our students. We're very hands-on, and we look after our students when at all possible.
For anyone that's still on the fence, make sure to come out to the open house and be convinced that this is where you want to be. For On Sheridan, I'm Andre Rooms.
Well, that's all for entertainment today. Now back to Molly and Lucas in the studio.
Thanks, Danielle. After the break, we'll join Nathan outside for a weather update.
And a very special goodbye from our entire On Sheridan news team. We'll be right back.
I'm gonna miss this guy, actually.
And I'm gonna miss this guy.
Come here.
I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss having all the memories with everyone. Me too.
And also like just the program itself, which is really, really beneficial to me as a person, not only professionally but also personally. I'm gaining a lot more confidence in my own abilities, and just knowing that I'm gonna leave here with a great skill set and friends for life is just really nice.
I'm gonna miss the friends that I made, the teachers that really helped and taught us a lot about journalism.
Easily, hands down, this guy, right freaking here. I met my best friend here in this program, and I hope I can continue talking with him and chilling with him, because these past 2 years have honestly been the best 2 years of my life.
I'm gonna miss living together, working with this guy. It's been really fun. It's been really fun with this guy.
Hug it out.
I feel well, we can't do it anymore.
Welcome back to On Sheridan. Let's check back in with Nathan for the 5-day forecast.
Okay. Thanks, guys. Expect light rain on Thursday with a high of 7 and a low of 2. Friday brings us a chance of showers with a high of 15 and a low of 5. Heading over to the weekend, Saturday brings us mainly sunny skies with a high of 11 and a low of 3. Sunday, expect more sunny skies with a high of 14 and a low of 3. Monday brings us light cloud cover with a chance of showers, and 16 being the high and the low being 7. That's it for me out here. Thank you for joining me, and back to you guys in the studio. Oh my God.
Well, I guess we lost the last story because I can't hear myself think.
Alex, come on in here.
It's been a wonderful 2 years working alongside so many talented individuals. Not only have we learned so much as a group, we are truly becoming what feels like more like a dysfunctional family than classmates.
And it says Lucas ad-lib about something. So I guess I just read the script. Yeah, it's been great for all of us, and we've got everybody in the studio, including our very special weatherman Nathan, and Brett also made it as well.
Pierce, get in here. Pierce,
gotta get in here. And Auto Tune.
Everybody say bye to Mom and Dad. There's so many people. 20 seconds.